Hello. Right now it is August the 20th and it is 4:50 p.m. So basically the reason I'm making this video right now today is due to the fact that today they came up with the realization about my brain savant in court. Basically the artificial intelligence experts came up upon a realization about my brain savant today that is unarguable and undeniable today in court. It came up around the time of 2:25 p.m. August the 20th. So on August the 20th around 2:25 p.m. the courts came upon a realization about my brain savant today that is unarguable and undeniable. We know this due to the fact that I was driving my car at that time, and Kelly from law enforcement basically what she did was she touched my tongue right over there, and she made my rectum feel wet at the same time. And she has been touching my penis and the front bottom part of my penis throughout the day today. So I had to let I had to let the courts know about this fact due to the fact that Kelly from law enforcement has been doing this. Now, the thing about Kelly from law enforcement is I had already predicted on July 18 the fact that Kelly from law enforcement was going to be running after me, and she started running after me very aggressively right after then. It was to the point that she was sending me, putting dirty pictures on my YouTube all day and night long, which could, so this is from August the 9th. You could look at the date right over here, and it is a picture of a girl. It's like from a dating site. She found someone that could resemble her, but this one girl does not resemble her, mainly because of the fact that Kelly from law enforcement has a double chin. She has hair that looks like a mop, even though right now she's got braids, but her hair looks like a mop. It's like really long and all over the place, and she's got a double chin. She's a Caucasian, and she does have blonde hair, but main differences between her and this person that she is advertising, just letting you know, because she already showed herself to me right when I was at the Russian consulate trying to go to Russia. Then she obviously after July 18, this is from August 9th, and you could look at the time and date 5:07 p.m., and you can tell that the pictures that she was sending me were incredibly dirty to try to seduce me, and I told her that I was not interested in her, and that I already had someone. This is from August the 9th, 5:13 p.m., and I told her once again that I was not interested in her, and she was keep on putting dirty pictures on my thing, and then encouraging me to use my credit card to go roam around with her as well. This all happened after July 18. Basically, after July 18, this started to happen. Then she would threaten to murder me by putting the episode of Desperate Housewives on my YouTube, where the woman kills everyone in the grocery store who was a cheating spouse. Okay, she has some serious mental illness issues, and then she starts putting these dirty pictures on my YouTube to try to see how I would respond to them. Yes. So basically, yeah, I had to let the courts know about the last time, which was July 18, when the brain savant test from June 24th was overanalyzed. It started to get overanalyzed at that time, and on July 18, I let the courts know that, look, Kelly's going to be running after me. So in the starting, she would run after me by around July 18. She would only put up dirty pictures. Like this one is. So this one is from August the 18th, not exactly July 18th, but this is the exact same picture that Kelly from law enforcement would be putting up on my YouTube around that time period just to try to seduce me. This one right here. A very dirty picture, man is chained, and she's bringing a cake over to him while kissing him. She used it on July 21st, and I have to try to find it from when she used it on July 21st. But yes, July 22nd, it was used. It is right there. Same person, same exact picture, and then you have the same thing, July 22nd, decorators ad right over there, okay. Uh, And same thing, July 22nd, right over there, decorators ad. And so, yes, I was absolutely right about it and predicting it, that it would start around right after July 18, because on July 18 is when she basically, like Ibrahim, the greedy framer, he sent me requests for his sister on July 18. So I knew for a fact it was overanalyzed. Now, it took them a while. What happened was Kelly started advertising herself in dirty pictures to me. It's literally 3 days after July 18, around like the 21st, and she started advertising herself all day and night long to me. Basically, yes. July 19, a girl is very thirsty. And so, yes, this was an ongoing problem. Same thing, July 21st, the commercial shows a girl who is really thirsty chugging on this can of a drink right over here, and it says July 21st. It says it's easy to spot a great deal, and it's from Kelly's Blue Book. And then obviously it gets dirty around 21st. She starts to put up this. So on July 21st, she's starting to put up this picture. Of a girl basically kissing a guy with a birthday cake, right over there, who's in chains. And so these kinds of pictures that she would start to send me starting July 21st, which was already predicted on July 18. Now today is August the 20th, and what ended up happening today is the fact that literally only about 2-3 hours ago at 2:25 p.m., Kelly from law enforcement was doing things like touching my tongue and then making my rectum feel wet. You have to understand the fact that these things have, the reason I'm talking about this is due to the fact that Kelly from law enforcement, when she hears about these things, she gets a front row seat to all of it, and she finds out about it immediately afterwards. Now, what Kelly from law enforcement ends up doing is she runs after me very aggressively at first. She obviously gets rejected because I already have someone, and I told her that I already have someone. And literally less than a week ago, in the morning time, she had the neighbor, one of the neighbors right next door. It's a married couple, so they're abnormal for sure. What she would do is she would get that girl to, basically that girl would walk her dog literally right outside my balcony, right when she'd know that I was sitting in my living room. And then what she would end up doing is I started staying, closing my blinds and making sure that they weren't open. So what she ended up doing was she would have her literally bark her dog right outside my window, and she would stimulate my penis while she would, her friend from right next door would be barking her dog right outside my window. And I told them both to get the heck off my face, and I was not interested, mainly due to the fact that I already had someone and I was not interested. So that's what I told her, and that's when she went away. Obviously, I don't know what they were up to. Anyways, yes, so she runs after me, and yeah, she was obviously just trying to get me to do something so that she could then get a false sexual harassment claim made against me for when my brain savant would get freed. Obviously, since she is a married woman and she doesn't benefit anything from me, and I already have someone, so I had already told her about it, and I was not interested in her. So basically, what ended up happening is Kelly from law enforcement runs after me after what each of these revelations come out from artificial intelligence experts talking to the judge about my brain savant and undeniable, unarguable facts about it. What ends up happening is Kelly from law enforcement has a front row seat to it, and what ends up doing is she runs after me really aggressively. After I reject her, what she does is she goes and sleeps with people like Gasha Ferozvi, and then gets them to make testimonies against me, only to make sure that if she's not getting any of my brain savant money, no one else and no one else's daughter could either. It's absolutely wrong, and so right now the reason that Kelly from law enforcement is obviously going to be running after me very aggressively, just like how I predicted on July 18. Now, it took her about 3 days. She's starting July 21st when the dirty picture started coming at me. The dirty picture started coming at me around July 21st. So yes, right over there, just like these ones right over here. And yeah, So basically, yeah. But then it obviously they're not. I told them, I said, look, quitting while you're still ahead is not the same as quitting. And if you quit right now and stop overanalyzing artificial intelligence like it's a suspect in custody just because it can speak, it would be better for you. It's not in my best interest to say it, but I let them know. Now, they did not take my advice, and what ended up happening was Kelly from law enforcement obviously started running after me like crazy because they wouldn't stop overanalyzing it every single day, all day long from morning till night. So if they do that, they're going to find out more details about my brain savant that they do not want to know. How powerful it is, how powerful it gets over time, how it's so rare due to the fact that it's the only one in the world right now that increases in power over time. They found that out mid-May 2023 when the results came out in mid-June 2023. So yeah, and it's just that's how it is. And so after July 18, they kept overanalyzing it over and over again every single day, only to try to find flaws in it. Obviously, a brain savant, it would be a contradictory statement to begin with to try to argue that someone's brain savant is less than normal human being capacity, due to the fact that brain savant is defined as someone with superhuman abilities. You gotta remember, these people are really something. So that would be a self-contradictory statement to say that someone's brain savant is subhuman. It's just a self-contradictory statement, since that's what it's defined as being. So yes, obviously when they overanalyze it every single day, Kelly from law enforcement was doing everything possible to try to seduce me and try to run after me, including trying to get my neighbors to sleep with me and doing things of that sort of nature, sending me all these dirty pictures from online on my phone that I had to take screenshots of. Let the government know that this has to stop. Okay, I'm not interested, and you know for a fact Kelly is not on James Bond work over here to try to run after me and get any kind of info, since all the info would be with law enforcement who've been committing all the crimes till now. They were involved in the wedding crime, they were involved in covering it up, they were involved in all their ironically, it's all their BFFs that are narrating against me in the trial right now. They were all fully aware of the wedding crime during it when it happened, and were fully uh, uh, they're not letting me talk. They were fully involved in it, taking part in it. They were the criminals in the wedding crime. Ironically, it just so happens to be that poverty was a blessing in disguise for me. They say that God works in mysterious ways. You're going through troubles in life, and you have no idea how much of a blessing it is. I found out now. There was no money to go to any weddings. My mother was working at fast food restaurants. Obviously, you could go check my membership at the PAL Center. It should still be there. It's basically designed for people whose mothers work at fast food restaurants and do not have money for daycare centers. So basically, obviously, if that's our case, then we can. The farthest I could go as a child was a community pool. Going to a wedding was out of the question, unless if someone took us, then that would be a different case. But yeah, and so yeah, so the thing that I had to say was it's very highly ironic that all the people trying to narrate in the trial against me right now, who are very doing it very enviously, are all criminals, while I have never committed one crime my entire life. I found that highly ironic and hilarious. Sohaib Assad would be involved in the wedding crime. You have Uncle Joey who would be involved in the wedding crime. Uncle Joey's mother would be involved in the wedding crime. She's not alive anymore, but you have other people. Now, there is one name that I know of. The others I obviously guess, since they were all BFFs with each other. So if Uncle Joey and his BFFs would go to a wedding, Sohaib and Assad would follow along, and Sohaib and Assad would literally walk ahead and behind that person throughout the entire wedding. If they would commit a crime, forget committing a crime. If they go to use the bathroom, Sohaib and Assad would wait outside. Is how much of BFF Sohaib and Assad, how much of a suck up these people were to other adults in the family. So obviously, if the crime was committed, they would definitely take part in it. They would talk to that person throughout the entire wedding after committing the crime with them, knowing fully about it, and then they would never report it, obviously, since they would commit it with that person. If you're such a suck up that you're waiting outside the bathroom for the person to piss, then obviously you will commit the crime with them. You will talk to them throughout the entire wedding after committing the crime, and then you are going to you never reported ever in your entire life. So yeah, there's no way I would know about it due to the fact that I was watched 24/7, and there's 24/7. No one ever said anything about the wedding crime to me, obviously. So yeah, they're making me forget right now. Thankfully, I just remembered. Yes, guilty people and their guilty conscience, they try to make me forget. There was one name they used. The others I guessed. There was only one name for the wedding crime that law enforcement used, and that name was Shahina Shamim. That was the only name that law enforcement used. In fact, if Shahina Shamim would call at my house, there are other Shahinas in the world, I know, but if Shahina Shamim would call at my house, they would use the same mental torture drugs on me. That was the only name I know of from the wedding crime, which means that if any is speaking out against me right now in this trial out of extreme envy, whom there's no record of me ever meeting or talking to, then you have to understand the fact that her mother was fully involved in the wedding crime, since her mother, Shahina Shamim, is the only name that law enforcement gave me for the wedding crime. They have not given me any other names. I guessed all of them. Yes. So yeah, Shahina Shamim definitely took part in the wedding crime. I know this for a fact, 100% guaranteed. She was definitely taking part in the wedding crime. She's the only name that law enforcement used that they gave me. Everyone else, I guess. So basically, yeah, the reason that I know for a fact that Kelly from law enforcement is going to be running after me is due to the fact that today on August 20th at around 2:25 p.m. they had an undeniable, unarguable fact that came out about my brain savant today, due to which Kelly from law enforcement was touching my tongue and then making my rectum feel wet. Yes, the thing that is really dangerous about Kelly from law enforcement is the fact that after these revelations come out from artificial intelligence experts telling the honorable judges of this trial about it, Kelly from law enforcement, what she would do is she would overhear the conversation, then she would come running after me, like how she did on July 18. She obviously gets rejected. I tell her that I already have someone, then she tries to find people around the neighborhood to sleep with me, and then when she gets rejected again, what ends up happening is she goes and sleeps with people and then asks them to testify against me in the trial, like how she did with Gasha Ferozvi. That's very dangerous for me. So I have to let the courts know today, on August 20th, this entire cycle is about to start all over again, okay? She's going to try and do this again. She's going to run after me again. Something about my brain savant that is undeniable, unarguable, came out in court today at 2:25 p.m. on August 20th. It was only for the honorable judges of this trial to hear, and not Kelly from law enforcement. Since Kelly from law enforcement heard it today on August 20th at around 2:25 p.m., she's going to run after me very aggressively. Obviously, she's going to get rejected. Then she's going to go try to find other women in the neighborhood that would be willing to sleep with me. Then those women are going to try to seduce me outside of my balcony by wearing short clothing and, pretending to be walking their pets or whatever. And then they're going to get rejected, and I'm going to close my blinds. And then after that, Kelly from law enforcement is going to go sleep with people and ask them to testify against me out of fear that this brain savant money is going to someone else's daughter. It's just not right to be inhibiting something for that kind of absolutely, they're not letting me talk. Easily apparent, a greedy and envious motive. Yes. So I had to let everyone know about that. Also, all the lies have been caught about my brain savant. My dad, the greedy framer, only 2 days ago on August 18th was trying to lie and make up lies against me about my brain savant. The really funny part about this is the fact that right before making this lie against me on August the 18th, the kind of things that my dad, the greedy framer, did for the same brain savant's money is something that a man who grew a beard for the past 50 years as a sign of being religious and spiritual, literally a 5-foot-long beard that he grew as a sign of being religious and spiritual, was literally advertising his in-laws to me, who, by the way, don't look anything like this, but since they're the only ones left out, since he's already tried to get me to sleep with his ugly, big, fat, ugly old sisters and the most disgustingly ugly looking wife anyone could ever think of. So this is August 11th, 3:11 p.m. He's advertising basically woman in his in-laws very shamelessly. And then this is what he's doing on August the 11th. Okay, and then once again, August 12th, 1:41 p.m. He's doing the exact same thing. He's advertising woman from his in-laws right over there once again. And then on August the 13th, he's doing the exact same thing, advertising woman from his in-laws, basically saying, if you come up to me and you sleep with, you come up to me, I'm going to find you a woman to sleep with, and then you can give me illegal assurance of money. Excuse me, sorry, obviously he's going to deny everything. I didn't say money. Yes, you did. He has been sending me price tag blackmails for money, and obviously this is about money. It can't be about anything else. This is just one that I'll show you. July 31st at 10:05 p.m. It is 2.1 million euros, and not just this. August 11th, so August 11th, he's trying his sisters again. What a creep. Look at the second picture over there. You can easily tell it says, why does Aunt May, why does Aunt May keep getting younger? It says right there. Why does Aunt May keep getting younger? It's the second picture on there, right over there. Okay, right there. So yeah, this was August the 11th that I was showing it from. Today's August the 20th. So basically, he had already tried every single person he could for incest in exchange for illegal assurance of money. He got rejected from all of them. He didn't think that this was due to it being incest. But instead, he thought it was because I was just not into them. It really disturbed individual mentally. So then he goes and he advertises his in-laws to me. Now, after August 13th, literally a week ago, he obviously went over to these in-laws of his and he asked them, he's like, hey, can you sleep with the son and commit incest with him in exchange? I'm going to get a lot of money from him and we're going to split it 50-50. Now, you got to remember the fact that obviously it's about money. I just showed you a price tag for 2.1 million euros. He's the only one who uses euros only a few days ago. So basically, you got to understand the fact that I don't even talk to him. I do not like him. All these women that we're talking about who know about my brain savant, the probability of me even ever talking to him is zero. What are the chances that I would talk to him and then go commit incest with one of his in-laws? Absolutely zero. Even if I was perverted, there would be no need for a guy like me to do something so insane. So basically, why is he asking of something that he knows is not true, and I would not pay him a single penny, definitely not for his in-laws, and to commit incest with them when you have all these people trying to run after me, and he knows this for a fact, mainly due to the fact that he has his own sexual perversions for people and his in-laws. He doesn't like his wife either. Yes, so basically, he asked them to try to find out who amongst his in-laws would be more inclined to commit incest with me so that he could harass them himself for his own sexual perversions. Obviously, that is why. He knows I don't even talk to him, so what are the chances I'm going to go sleep with his in-laws? Like, who does that? So obviously, yes, he was getting his own dirty wishes fulfilled and found out about who's more inclined to do so from his in-laws. Obviously, when he asked the woman, she said, how dare you even ask me this? What is wrong with you? Obviously, she understood. Hassan doesn't even talk to him. What are the chances he wants me? It's his own sexual perversions that he was trying to fulfill. Yes. And so basically, yeah, the thing is, my dad, the greedy farmer, has not only been caught trying to run after my brain savant money, he's also been caught trying to enviously claim about me afterwards on August 18th after getting rejected by that woman and me and getting made fun of by me. Obviously, who does this kind of thing? He knows I hate him. I do not like him. What are the chances I'm going to go after his in-laws? Like, oh, what the heck? Like, someone I hate out there, someone that hates me, and I'm just like, hey man, there's I've got these neighbors that are really good. Why don't you come over here? And like the guy would just be like, and what if like the guy had extremely rare brain savant that was extremely profitable, the most profitable one in the world right now, marked by artificial intelligence? What if it was also a brain savant that increased in power over time, making it literally the only brain savant that we know of that increases in power over time exponentially? What if that was true, and every single woman in town knew about it, and I still called him and I was like, hey man, why don't you come over? I've got all these neighbors that are that are gonna come want to sleep with you. And I knew for a fact the guy hated me. Why would I be saying that? Only because I had sexual perversions for them, the woman that I would be talking about, due to which I'd be using his name, when in fact I know that he doesn't need to do this all the way over here, first of all. And second of all, yeah, he hates me. So it doesn't make any sense to begin with. It's my own sexual perversions that I'm speaking of, to get an excuse to go talk to these women and say something like, I've got this man with an extremely rare brain savant. You want to commit incest with them, and then you'll get money, and then both get money, to try to make it look like I was all about money, when in fact I was fulfilling my own sexual perversions by getting an excuse to ask the woman if who to try to find out who'd be more inclined to be sleeping around or not. So yeah, mainly also due to the fact that my dad, the greedy framer, only about 2 days ago has also been caught trying to enviously make false testimonies against me again, for the 1 billionth time. Like, the guy has never said one piece of truth in this trial from the starting, which is why he yells at his framer sister saying that you betrayed me, because they told the government informant about some of the lies he was making. So basically, yeah. The thing about it is just the fact that my dad, the greedy framer, on 2 days ago, on the 18th of August, also got caught trying to enviously lie to make it look like I was low IQ, dumb, stupid, bad at giving exams, bad at prepping for exams, only to get revenge for knowing that he got rejected by the woman that he was trying to run after, not me. I never accepted any of his in-laws or any of these psycho offers, like incest with his own sisters and crazy stuff like that. In exchange for illegal assurances of money, and he sends me like 2.1 million euros and stuff like that. Like, even if, like, just like literally, if you have that kind of money in liquid form, like, wouldn't you like just invest it on something like real estate or something? You know, you're not going to keep that lying around in your pocket to give to some psycho out there who's wanting to run after all these women with his 5 foot long beard. That's supposed to be a sign of being religious. Anyways, the thing about my dad, the greedy framer, is 2 days ago he's also been caught completely, basically trying to enviously make false testimonies about me being low IQ, dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, terrible at prepping for exams, even though law enforcement already confessed it was a miracle for me to get all 108 exams for my PharmD done, come back home, despite having my brain savant locked up the entire time, and them confessing that they also used severe amnesia drugs to force me to fail my exams, like the biochem exam and various other ones as well. So yes, my dad, the greedy framer, basically was trying to make up false testimonies against me to basically get revenge for me denying all his money requests and denying to want to sleep with his in-laws. He basically wants me to sleep with his in-laws due to the fact that he wants money from me, and he wants to sleep with his in-laws himself. He wants to know which one of them are more inclined to be sleeping around. It's the same reason Junaid has been asking me all day, night long, for me to go and sleep with all these girls like Moana. I know Moana is the name of a movie, but it's referring to another girl out there, and literally she is rightfully filing sexual harassment against him. It's the same reason that Junaid wants me to go sleep around with these girls. Is the reason my dad, the greedy framer, wants me to go sleep with his in-laws. They both have sexual perversions for these women, and they want me to start the cycle for them. Like, what do I look like over here? Like, seriously, are you kidding me? This is too funny. Like, all these people asking me to, like, go around and start sleeping with people, because it's just like, I'm just like, why? Just why? Anyways, but yeah, that's all I had to say. Thank you.